Happy Monday morning, everybody. Welcome to your bite-sized newscast with the information you need to know, KSAT News Now, to get you started on your day.
Well, we're starting the show right now. Today we have stick figure sports, which we're very excited about.
Well, we'll see.
Well, I am.
We'll see.
Oh yeah, we have some. Anyways,
Yeah.
Well, the U.S. is welcoming back international tourists. Plus, we hear from the survivor of the Almore Quarry shooting.
That's right, Alicia. But of course, the story that everyone's talking about, I mean, you can't go on social media without seeing videos of this, new information. Of course, that horrible incident at Astroworld that led to the death of several people and numerous other people that were injured at this festival Friday night in Houston.
Officials have confirmed 8 people died at the music festival in Houston and several others were injured after a crowd surge caused chaos during rapper Travis Scott's performance on Friday.
Authorities said that Saturday, the ages of those who died ranged from 14 to 27 years old, and many others were recovering at the hospital. So officials say there were 50,000 people in attendance at Energy Park when this happened.
And the Associated Press reporting this morning that witnesses said the surge happened immediately when Scott took the stage. The event was a 2-day event, but Saturday was canceled. Travis Scott has also canceled his performance this weekend in Las Vegas and says everyone at the concert will get their money back.
This was way overcrowded. I've never seen anything like it. I've never felt like I was gonna die.
Everybody was just pushing, jumping. People were trying to record, so you had arms in your face.
It was going on for over 2 hours. I mean, it just got worse and worse. Everyone's like, you just can't breathe.
I've never been in such chaos.
Like, it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see.
It was really hell. It was really hell.
But it was just like the show kept going on, and if you saw people that were dying, I feel like you should have stopped the entire show completely.
Just breathing the same air that I knew people were taking their last breaths is just wild. Like, that's just, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel real whatsoever.
We've seen those videos where you can see some of the festival goers trying to get the attention of authorities, of the cameramen, and then you can hear others saying, I can't breathe. They're struggling, trying to get just some type of help.
Right.
And unfortunately, those 8 people did not.
Right, and based on what we know at the moment, apparently, as we said earlier, is that once Travis Scott, they apparently had this like countdown timer thing, which I've seen at other concerts before, where they count down when the performer actually gets on stage. And right when that happened, there was this massive surge of people that wanted to rush forward. Obviously, it was already crowded. There were already a ton of people at the stage, and Travis Scott's shows are kind of known to be these
ragers,
energetic. He kind of wants, this like massive amount of energy because he's kind of giving it back. Now, I have read that he's an electric performer and he's obviously got all the pyrotechnics, but in that space right there, obviously people were basically just kind of fighting for their lives at that point. Maybe some people trying to get others to get out, other people still rushing onto the stage. So there was just, I mean, it must have just been a chaotic scene there.
And as this investigation rolls out, there are, of course, so many questions about what role Travis Scott may have had in the tragedy that unfolded in Houston. Houston Fire Chief Samuel Peña said Saturday that a, quote, mass casualty event had been declared just before 10 Friday night during Scott's performance.
And this was after multiple reports of the crowd surge and the chaos at the show. The New York Times and the Houston Chronicle both reporting this morning that Scott kept performing until about 10:15. So that was a 37-minute gap from when the initial mass casualty call had been called in. Officials said the concert officially ended at 10:10, so around that same time frame. And they also wanted to be careful with people exiting out of concerns over rioting. And we saw also, I think it was a few weeks back, when there was another rapper, Playboy Cardi, who canceled his show at Energy Park, and it led to a bunch of people going over barriers, trampling, and apparently that was a unannounced cancellation. In this case, I think police just want to be kind of safe about having this many people already in the middle of this and then having to get them all out of the area.
So many questions with that. The New York Times also reported that the chief of Houston police met with Scott about crowd control concerns right before his show on Friday. They were already so worried about the amount of people and knew it would be, like you said, that high energy performance that his fans are used to. But it really didn't take long for those concerns to play out. Even before the festival officially kicked off, there were videos that showed people breaking down the barriers during the day. Some people, of course, getting trampled on, which is the video that we have over here. Just crazy to see
and
how that chaos unfolded.
Exactly. This was earlier in the day that people were already kind of concerned about this, and that, people running over security barriers. We've now seen that a couple of times there in the Houston area, and we're showing this video right now. So this is even before everything happened with the festival, with the concert when Travis Scott was already, you could see them already going over fences.
And they had knocked down the security aisles that you go through, the metal detectors.
Right.
They had already knocked those down, but look at that.
And at this point, you're probably thinking, well, people are probably getting some form of injury right here because they're getting trampled over. But as far as I've seen, or as far as any reports, I have not seen anything where it says that there were a lot of injuries when it came to this situation. But again, just a high energy, a youthful crowd. I know it's hard to even sort of justify everything that sort of went on, but obviously a lot of questions still need to be answered.
This is, of course, a story that has shocked people from all over the world. Support is already pouring in. Makeshift memorials being created in Houston right outside those gates of Astroworld, and hundreds making it out to Astroworld for a vigil last night. 6 of the 8 victims have been publicly identified, and they're so young. The ages range, the youngest is 14 years old, John Hilgert.
That's right. 14 to 27 years old is what we know about the victims in this case. And just imagine, I mean, I don't know if you went to a bunch of concerts growing up. I actually went to a few like rock shows, never as young as 14 years old, but I remember just even then trying to convince my parents, like, hey, let me go to this show, it's a rock concert. They were just like, okay, a little hesitant about it. Imagine a 14-year-old having to convince their family, hey, let me go, like, I'm a big fan of Travis Scott. And obviously we were talking a little bit before we started today's show that Travis Scott has a huge influence with this youth group right here. He's in a ton of stuff.
So one of the big questions was, why was a 14-year-old, why were these these minors at his concert? Well, he markets to children. Just, I think it was 6 months ago, for sure this year, that he had a partnership with McDonald's, and he had that Travis Scott where you could get a little toy cut out of him, and then he's also on Fortnite, so he has a huge following with it's his demographic, the younger kids. Yeah,
there's definitely a lot of questions about maybe what his role was going to be in this, so I'm sure that we're going to find out a lot more as the investigation plays out. And we've been showing you these videos that are behind me, and it just kind of shows more of the chaos that we had there throughout the night. There's people actually on what is it, like a police unit, there were some reports of people getting on ambulances that were actually trying to go in and get people out. And obviously you could see right there, just no one's even really moving. It seems like some people are concerned for other safety and others not so much.
Yeah, a lot of people not knowing what was going on. But the latest on this, the first lawsuit has been filed, and it names Travis Scott, the rapper, Drake, who was a guest with Travis Scott, and then of course organizers of Astroworld. And this was filed less than 24 hours after this deadly event. And it's filed by Manuel Sosa. He's a 24-year-old. He's a survivor, and he claims to have been crushed in the crowd. But again, he did survive. And what he's claiming is that the festival organizers failed to properly arrange and perform the event in a safe way, which eventually again led to the death of 8 people and then several others injured.
Yeah, a lot of questions. And of course, when it comes down to it, obviously the victims of this disaster, they're the ones, their families are hurting. Over the weekend, the Houston police, the sheriff there, basically their judge, their county judge, their Nelson Wolf, they talked about, just how tragic this is for a lot of these victims, and we're learning more about them. 6 of 8 have been publicly identified, so we're going to continue to learn more about these people, their stories, and again, just condolences out to those families after this horrible event, which again was supposed to be something that, was supposed to be a good show. Again, a lot of people say that he's an electric performer, has a bunch of the pyrotechnics on stage and everything. So yeah, tough breakdown.
All right, here locally, more information on the violent carjacking turned shooting that happened Tuesday at the Alamo Quarry Market. But this time, we're hearing directly from the victim, 27-year-old Alana Castañeda. So
let's give you a few details here. Alana, she refused to give up her car, then was shot in the face, got up, and then ran for help. So KSAT reporter Lee Waldman spoke one-on-one with Castañeda at her home. In a powerful interview, Castañeda shared what happened that evening.
So she had just walked out of the Whole Foods and back to her car. At one point, she looked up and remembered seeing a gun to her head. Castañeda said she complied and got out of the car with her hands raised, but 18-year-old Julio Cesar Rivera II kept demanding her keys. Then he hit her with the gun, and that's when she fought back, and moments later, Rivera fired the weapon.
It just happened so fast.
Castaneda walked into Whole Foods at the Quarry Tuesday evening for a sandwich, like she always does.
I grabbed my door with my hand and I felt this presence. And I looked up and there was a gun in my head. This is the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life. But I'm still here and trying to turn that pain into power.
And she suffered so many injuries. Castañeda has broken bones. Her hearing is affected, but she has a very positive outlook, as we just heard there.
Right, and again, she's going to need more surgeries to reconstruct her face, physical therapy, obviously, to recover, and just probably also the mental part of this
absolutely.
too. I mean, you get that close in that sort of situation, and it's pretty sure that there's a lot of trauma. But of course, she's staying positive. She's been very resilient, and if you guys have not seen that story on our website, it's there right now. She has a lot of interesting things to say about the incident, and again, just hopeful that she can recover and sort of, continue on with her life even after this very traumatic thing happened.
And she is thankful, first, of course, to her parents who have been with her, but to the community who has supported in raising money to cover her medical expenses and kind of get her back up on her feet. But this next story,
yes,
welcome back world.
Yeah.
Some normalcy, right, in the time of a pandemic.
Absolutely, yeah, more normalcy now that we've been going through the pandemic, and this, of course, involves international travelers. So the U.S., after more than 600 days, that is hard to believe, since the nation closed its border to many countries for non-essential travel, the travel ban is being lifted this morning.
The first COVID-related travel ban, if you remember, was all the way back in February of 2020. It started with just China, but by the end of March of 2020, Ireland, the UK, Iran, Brazil, South Africa, and nearly 30 more countries were added to the list.
That's right. A wide variety of essential workers had been allowed to enter the United States, but now vaccinated international tourists are welcome to enter the U.S. by air. Foreign travelers must test negative, but if they're 18 years or older, they must be fully vaccinated and show proof.
And then those traveling by land or ferry, and that includes all along the Texas-Mexico border, they must show proof of vaccination. We know, just like in Laredo or in McAllen, Reynosa, that border, so many lining up even before the sun came up, just eager to get back, reunited with their families.
Yeah, absolutely.
That non-essential tourist reasons.
Yeah, especially, and as you just mentioned, along the border there, if you were used to visiting family or just going across and be able to come back, maybe just spend the day, going across the border, which my family used to do all the time when we were growing up, that big part is coming back now. So I still remember, I think it was also the day that that the NBA shut down, when I was just like, oh my God, this is like a serious thing. I think former President Trump had gotten on to, he gave like a national address basically saying that they were banning travel from Europe. This was after the ban with China, which we already know had already kind of started the spread there. But I remember the NBA shut down that night, and it was just, it was wild because people were going to the grocery stores, going to H-E-B's and stocking up. And yeah, it's hard to believe that we're at this point right now. 600 days is a long time.
Yeah, nearly 20 months later, and I personally know through Instagram several families so eager to reunite with their loved ones in the UK, just international borders, so excited for this ban to be lifted. So good news there. Also good news, the weather this weekend was amazing. It was a perfect weekend. Sarah Spivey, good morning.
Beautiful weather.
Another cold
Good
front?
morning, guys. Yeah, the weather, it's been hard to complain at all about the weather.
It's been
It's been gorgeous, chilly mornings, comfortable afternoons. I thought we'd start our weather by asking you guys a weather trivia question.
Okay.
All right. Daylight saving time came to an end, right? Did some of us get an extra hour's sleep? Yeah, a little help. No,
sure, yes.
I think if you have, young kids, you don't get that extra hour. But okay, so does daylight saving time and the end of daylight saving time, does it affect our weather?
Ooh.
Yes.
Well, it's darker earlier, right? So, no, I guess no. I'm going to say it really does not, except for the fact that it's darker earlier.
It's a bit of a trick question, so I can't blame you guys for not knowing the exact answer to it. So, us changing the clocks, that has nothing to do with the weather. The weather keeps on rolling, you know.
Yeah.
It's not affected by the clocks, right? But you bring up a good point. It does change our perception of the weather, okay? So the coolest part of the day is usually right before sunrise, okay? So the coolest part of the day happens earlier for us now, right? And the warmest part of the day, the afternoon high temperature, is an hour earlier as well. And then it gets cooler when we're out and about a little bit quicker because the sun sets earlier. So it changes our perception of the weather, but it doesn't actually change the weather itself. So sorry to start with a trick question.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stuff with daylight savings time. I'm listening to something where it says that it's really kind of your sleeping patterns and things like that it sort of affects. But I just know it's just so dark now early.
Yeah, I know. The sun's
like
going to set at 5:42 tonight, RJ and Alicia. So I also am going to be working on an article on KSAT.com about why we even have daylight saving time to begin with. But yeah, daylight saving time came to an end on Sunday, and yeah, at least we got that extra hour of sleep. So also going on around South Central Texas, Wurstfest, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so let's take a look at your Wurstfest forecast. Look at this, a forecast in the form of beer steins.
Oh, that is
Nice.
so cool.
It happens.
Very cool.
So Wurstfest opens at 5 p.m. tonight. It's been going on since this past Friday. So if you're going to be heading out there, know that at the start of the evening, it should be nice and comfortable, but you'll need that light jacket by the end of the evening as temperatures will fall into the 60s. And looking at the 7-day forecast, you know, we're going to continue to enjoy some really comfortable weather. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll have a bit more cloud cover, and then a front is going to arrive on Veterans Day itself. Likely going to be a dry front, not rain with this, and that'll allow for our temperatures to get back down. Mornings in the 40s, afternoons in the 70s. So it's going to still be a beautiful stretch of weather here. No real significant chance for rain. Thanks again, RJ and Alicia, for having me on. And in German, to say cheers, we say Prost. So, want to say that to me? Prost.
Yes. I saw that in a weather alert over the weekend.
Yeah,
was that you, Sarah?
That was me.
Oh, very.
It's Wurstfest, and everybody loves Wurstfest, celebrating our many cultures around South Central Texas.
Prost.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. I love that forecast. The beer stein, yeah, a lot of good lagers going on there. I think if you're a Cowboys fan or a Spurs fan, probably did maybe a little bit of drinking.
No.
What? You know, a little drown your sorrows a little bit after a couple of bad games.
Oh my gosh, I do not get that invested. I mean, if they win, woohoo! If they lose, we'll get them next time. But
yes.
what?
Hey, look what we have here.
Oh my gosh, RJ. So Friday, if you recall, we remembered RJ is excited about Sunday gaining an hour of being out.
Yes. Well,
All
that
right.
had nothing to do with
Okay.
the games. Okay.
All right.
So we're doing Stick Figure Sports. Thank you, Alyssa, for that awesome animation that we just saw there. That was a masterpiece. Yes. Thank you. Work
Okay.
in progress.
Oh.
So you're gonna put those up there. So yes, we're bringing back Stick Figure Sports, and I think they were asking.
But you got to hand me the other ones, RJ.
Yes, here we go.
All right.
Alicia's going to go ahead and narrate this. So we're calling this segment Taking All the L's because we have a sad Cowboys fan right there, or it's a sad star, actually. It looks like the Carl's Jr. logo for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking there. And then we have the Spurs. So we're taking all the L's this weekend here. So let's go ahead and show the Cowboys one first right there.
Oh, the Cowboys won first.
Yes,
Oh,
Cowboys
I'm so
won
sorry.
first. Okay. Stand right behind
There's
you.
a lot going on here.
There is a lot going
this the
on.
first one?
Absolutely. That is definitely the first one. Yes. So we got
Oh,
Dak
man.
Prescott there, his little cowboy hat. I don't know if he wore the wrong hat to the stadium yesterday because he was pretty bad yesterday. And I drew a little Bronco there. Check that out. A little cartoon Bronco. This is a little bucking Bronco. Took care of the Cowboys. And so Dallas loses this one. They got blown out. It was at home. Yes. And there's a sad Alicia right there.
But what is, y'all, please ignore this. I need to start bringing my crayons to add to this.
Okay, moving on here to the Spurs. Yes, the Spurs also a tough loss yesterday. If you were a fan of the Cowboys and Spurs, it was just a bad really day for you. So the Spurs get beat by Oklahoma City. So that right there is a thunderbolt right in between DeJounte Murray and Derek White. Derek White, my guy, has not been playing well at all. 0 points yesterday, and they got little clouds over their heads and rain dropping all over them because the Spurs are now 3-7. Thank you very much, Alicia,
Anytime, RJ.
for indulging. Oh, okay, we're getting a few claps here. from the news.
Few claps live in the newsroom.
Not many.
Well,
many.
You know what? I am happy to see Stick Figure Sports back because it's been a while since we've seen this art.
Look at this. This is it's a masterpiece. There, I spend many hours putting this together.
Thank you, RJ.
Yeah. Real quick, Alicia, I think we have a couple of Facebook comments here, and yes, a couple here that are obviously responding to the Travis Scott. Louis Gonzalez says that Travis Scott knew it was sold out, and he posted on his IG what he was going to do, something to get more of the wild ones in. So don't know about that. Did not see that post, but this is Louis Gonzalez saying that apparently Travis Scott, prior to it, had posted something on Instagram. I didn't see that though.
Yes, but I'm sure that's going to be part of the investigation. Right now, it's a lot of hearsay, and really, it's only the authorities and the people who were present there that probably have more information on that.
Right, definitely. And so we appreciate you guys. A couple of people just saying prayers for the victims of that incident there at Astroworld. So I'm sure that we'll have a lot more throughout the day.
And we'll see you tomorrow here at 11 a.m. Remember that we're streaming KSAT News Now Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. See you then.